Each year, there are 3 major sale periods where you can save the most amount of money on a new gaming laptop. And when these sales happen, we share them on our gaminglaptop.deals website, link below. But before you spend your hard-earned money, let's find out when the best gaming laptop sales happen every year and why that's the case. But first, this part of the video is sponsored by Acer's Predator Helios Neo 16 gaming laptop, powered by up to Intel Core i9-14900HX processor with the latest performance hybrid architecture and Nvidia's RTX 4070 graphics. The Helios Neo 16 strikes the balance between performance and value. The crisp 16-inch 240Hz display brings your games to life with vibrant colors and ultra-fluid visuals. Combined with the fresh new design, metallic lid, and liquid metal cooling, Acer's Predator Helios Neo 16 gaming laptop delivers the perfect blend of style, durability, and performance. Level up your gaming experience with the link below. Alright, before we dig into the best sale periods, it's important to understand when new gaming laptops hit the shelves each year. Otherwise, you might buy a gaming laptop right before a new model comes out, potentially making what you just bought even cheaper. And you wouldn't want to miss an even better deal. For the past few years, new gaming laptop hardware has been announced at CES in January, the biggest annual consumer tech event of the year. This is usually where AMD and Intel announce their new laptop processors, and Nvidia and AMD announce their new laptop graphics. The big laptop makers like Asus, Dell, Lenovo, and everyone else all align their launches around these announcements so that they can start offering all of this new hardware in new laptops. So if January isn't too far away, then it might be worth waiting a little bit for CES to see what the news brings. There might be something worth waiting for just around the corner. And even if you don't end up buying the latest and greatest, it might mean a good sale on a model that you've had your eye on for a while. Alright, so we know that new gaming laptops roughly come out at the start of the year. Now let's get into the 3 best times a year to buy a gaming laptop. These sales mostly apply to the US, but many other regions also have similar sales at around the same time. The 3rd best time to buy a new gaming laptop is late July to August for back-to-school sales. Now, the sales in this period are generally more focused towards more general-purpose laptops that you would use for schoolwork, rather than gaming laptops, which makes sense, but gaming laptops do still have some pretty good sales. Of course, many upside-down countries like here in Australia go back to school in January or February, so yeah, these sales do differ by region, and typically in Australia, June is a great time due to end of financial year sales. The 2nd best time to buy a new gaming laptop tends to align with Amazon's Prime Day in July, which is Amazon's biggest sale of the year. Now, we didn't actually see that many great gaming laptop deals from Amazon themselves last year, but when Amazon has a sale, it turns out a lot of other companies also start running sales too. I guess they don't want to get left out in the chance to make some money. Best Buy, for example, ran their Black Friday and July sales at the same time, and there were some great discounts available there. July 4th also tends to have some decent sales too. So yeah, that July-August period is usually a pretty good time to buy a gaming laptop. But it should come as no surprise that the best time of the year to buy a new gaming laptop is during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales in November, at least in terms of saving the most amount of money. Let me explain. Yeah, this is the biggest sale period of the year, and it's right before Christmas. But as we discussed earlier, new gaming laptops typically get announced just 2 months later at CES in January. And the stores selling the laptops obviously know this. So it's in their best interest to try and offload as many of the older models as they can, which is why we get so many good sales before the new models arrive. So this combination of there being new gaming laptops available just around the corner, existing models becoming older, and the time of the year where people spend the most money on gifts for Christmas, it results in the biggest sale of the year. But does that mean these periods are actually the best time to buy? It's tough to decide. What if you buy a new gaming laptop during Black Friday and just 2 months later, a new version of graphics is announced that wipes the floor with the old version? This is why towards the end of each year, I do a should you buy now or wait style video, and I include information that I'm able to get from my sources. So make sure that you're subscribed for that. I'll try and answer the question generally here though. As you've seen, all of these big sales happen in the second half of the year. For the first 6 months or so after launch, there just aren't many sales. I guess because they're just trying to get as much money as they can from people who want to buy something now, rather than wait till later. So if you're trying to find a good sale on the latest gaming laptops, it's a bit less likely in the first half of the year. Depending on what time of the year you're currently in, you might be waiting a long time to find a good sale. Maybe you'd be better off buying sooner and actually having a gaming laptop available to play on for months more than instead of waiting for a sale. Say it's November and Black Friday sales are in full swing. If you decide to hold off and wait for the announcements in January, that's 2 more months. And then if you wait until some pretty good sales happen, that's another 6 months, or 8 months in total. That's quite a long time. You could have just bought a gaming laptop during Black Friday and played games with your friends for an extra 8 months. It's not always about having the latest and greatest hardware. And after newer models get released, prices on older hardware tend to come down a bit, while those laptops still offer a great experience. But it's not as if those older models suddenly have a big price drop as soon as the new models hit the shelves. Prices just sort of come down gradually over time. And just because new hardware comes out, doesn't mean that last gen immediately becomes obsolete. I mean, it depends on what sort of a performance difference we're talking about between last gen and next gen. But yeah, even if you buy a last gen laptop, you're probably going to be pretty safe playing modern games for at least a few years. In fact, in 2023, just 55% of gaming laptops sold through our links were 2023 models with Nvidia's newer RTX 40 series graphics, as it took a long time for them to have good sales and provide decent value. That's why in 2023, 45% of you went for an older 2022 or 2021 model. If you can't wait for the next big laptop sale and need something sooner, then your best option is to check out our gaminglaptop.deals website with the link below. We update it every day to share the best sales. So check it out regularly to save money and find the best price on your next gaming laptop. If you're not sure which gaming laptop models to choose from, then check out my top 5 gaming laptops of the year over there next. We review 30 plus gaming laptops every year, and these are the best so far. So I'll see you in that one next.